The new episode of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime just aired and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great episode focused on Lana and her Poplio. We got some pretty cute moments with her and Ash, a hilarious scene where Ash gets knocked out GTA style by a Milotic, which was freaking hilarious, and we got some new preview for next week's episode of the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Also, we have some new episode titles and summaries that not only give us some new details on Ash catching Litten, but also Ash and Lillie serving as parents and raising a Pokemon egg together, which I'm especially excited for. So starting off with the new episode that aired today, I absolutely loved it. Starting off with that some pretty interesting background between Lana and Poplio, how they ended up meeting each other. Interesting enough, we get to see Lana, actually she ended up saving Poplio from Team Skull, which I thought was pretty cool. So we get to see more of that later on when Team Rocket appears, which I'll get into in a bit. But early on in the episode, we actually had some pretty cute moments between Ash and Lana, in particular where they're actually going to her house to pick up, I think it was like fishing rods for everyone. We actually get to meet Lana's sister, which I think is pretty cool, because if you don't know, Lana's sisters actually do appear, I think, as NPCs in the Pokemon Sun and Moon games. But actually seeing them as characters, I thought they were pretty adorable. In fact, there was one scene in particular which was hilarious. I would actually bring up, because they don't know who Ash is at the time. They asked Lana, I think based on the translation, it says, "Oh, who is this? Is this your boyfriend?" And then Lana ends up blushing like crazy, which I thought was pretty adorable. So going on with the rest of the episode, we of course get to see everyone fishing and trying to catch Pokemon, and of course Lillie in her spacesuit, which I thought was freaking hilarious. Actually, some pretty cool scenes. It's not only like it's like Ash ended up getting beaten up by a Magikarp, was pretty funny, but also, as I brought up in the beginning of the video, we had Lillie, of course with her spacesuit. She ends up reeling in my Milotic, and I thought that was pretty cool. But then immediately Ash ends up trying to catch it, and then it's like he literally jumps in the air from the Lapras that he's riding on, and then literally GTA style, when if you've ever played GTA, I think it's when you get knocked down, there's it turns to black and white, and then there's a wasted on the screen. It was pretty much like that, because he jumps in the air, he tries to catch it somehow, and then it literally jumps in the air and knocks him out into the water, which I thought was freaking hilarious. So going on with the rest of the episode, actually we get to see Team Rocket, which I thought was pretty interesting, especially near the end where Beware, after they end up getting defeated, we get to see Beware literally running on the water and saving everyone as they run off into the sunset or something. But he literally runs on water and then just grabs them because Ash and everyone pop the balloon, the mouth balloon, and he ends up running off. So I thought that was freaking hilarious. So overall, I thought that was a fantastic episode. As I mentioned earlier, it looks like we're getting episodes devoted to specific characters, which I think is awesome. Of course, this episode was focused on Lana, and as we saw with the new preview, as I showed you guys in the beginning of the video, next week's episode will be focused more on Sophocles, and interesting enough, on the relationship between with Togedemaru and Pikachu. We I guess Togedemaru serving as a fan of Pikachu, almost reminiscence, actually based on the episode. It reminds me a lot of, I think it was the 4th episode of Pokemon XY, when it beginning airing back in 2013. It's if you remember, that episode was focused on Pikachu and Dedenne. So I think this is an episode similar to that, because we get to see those two working together, and as we saw in previous, I think a few days ago, they're going to be working together to stop Team Rocket, because it looks like they're the ones who are causing all the trouble and such. But regardless, I'm super excited for this episode, but even more so, as I brought up early on, we get to see not only Ash with catching Litten more details, but also Ash and Lillie serving as parents and raising a Pokemon egg together, which I think is freaking awesome. So reading the new episode titles that we recently got, for December 15th, as I talked about yesterday, Episode 7, The Marketplace Wanderer Litten. Ash has his lunchbox stolen by a Litten. He starts searching for it in order to retrieve the box. So of course that's related to Ash's Lola team, which, as I talked about in my video yesterday, could be something what we had in Diamond and Pearl, where we had Torterra, and Infernape, of course, last time was also where we had Grass and a Fire Starter. So I think that would be pretty cool. And going on to the last one, which I'm super excited for, December 22nd, Episode 8, Who's in Charge of the Egg? Principal Oak has told Ash and Lillie to raise a Pokemon egg. So yeah, I'm super excited for this episode. Actually, I guess this is somewhat spoilers. So it's a minor spoilers in the Pokemon Sun and Moon games, because I just finished it. So I guess feel free to leave the video right now. But I'm showing you guys on screen is this image where it's actually from the games, where you end up catching the legendary of the box from Pokemon Sun and Moon. And there's actually a dialogue from Lillie where she says oh, now that you're part of I guess the character's team, he will serve as your father now. So I think the fact that they actually reference something like this in the games, and of course this is referring to Ash and Lillie, I think this is awesome. I'm sure there's going to be a pretty adorable Alola shipping episode, but overall I'm super excited for this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on the episode, on the new preview, and all these new episode titles. Peace, stay hyped, and as always, best wishes.